I never thought the biggest mistake of my life would come from my own daughter. It was a rainy Tuesday evening. I had just returned from the hospital, exhausted after spending another long day with my wife, Saima, who had been battling cancer for 2 years. The doctors had given us little hope. Medical bills had eaten away every rupee we had. Our small house in Multan felt colder than ever. My daughter, Ayesha, 24 years old and freshly married, was clearing out the old cupboard. She was always the practical one, quick to throw things away, quick to judge. I heard her muttering, "Baba, this house is full of junk. Ami had no money anyway. It's all trash." Before I could stop her, she tossed a small, worn-out bank passbook into the dustbin along with old newspapers and expired medicines. That passbook was Saima's only keepsake from her late father. I was too tired to argue. I just sighed and said, "Beta, leave it. We'll talk later." Little did I know that small act of carelessness was about to turn our broken family upside down. 3 days later, Saima's condition suddenly worsened. In her weak voice, she asked me, "Where is my father's passbook? I need to show you something important before it's too late." My heart sank. I rushed to the dustbin, but the garbage had already been collected. Panic hit me like a storm. I ran to the municipal dump, digging through mountains of waste with my bare hands, but it was gone. When I told Saima, tears rolled down her pale cheeks. That passbook? It wasn't empty. Papa left me something. I never touched it because I wanted it to grow for our daughter's future. Ayesha overheard and froze. "Ami, I thought it was old and useless. You always said we had no savings." Saima smiled sadly. "I never wanted you both to worry. Now it's lost." The guilt on Ayesha's face was visible, but it was too late. Or so we thought. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning I went straight to the bank with whatever documents I could find, old ID cards, marriage certificate, and Saima's medical records. The manager, Mr. Khan, listened patiently as I explained the situation. "Sir, the passbook is gone. But maybe you can help us check the account," I begged. He typed in the old account number Saima had remembered. His eyes widened. "Mr. Ahmed, this account is still active. And it has quite a balance." My hands started shaking. "How much?" He turned the screen toward me. The number on it made my head spin. Over 2.8 crore rupees, more than 28 million. Saima's father had quietly invested in fixed deposits and mutual funds decades ago. The passbook only showed the basic savings, but the real wealth was linked through it. Ayesha, who had come with me, turned pale. "Baba, I threw away Ami's fortune?" The news spread like wildfire in our family. Relatives who had disappeared during Saima's illness suddenly started calling. But the biggest storm was inside our home. Ayesha broke down completely. "I was so rude to Ami. I called her things useless. I threw away her father's last gift. How can I ever forgive myself?" I was angry, yes, but looking at my daughter, I also saw my own mistakes, how we had spoiled her, how we never taught her the value of old things and old people. Saima, fighting for every breath, called us to her bedside. "Ayesha, money comes and goes, but love and respect, those are the real treasures. I'm not angry with you, I just want you to learn from this." That moment, something changed in my daughter. She sat beside her mother day and night, feeding her, reading to her, and promising to become a better person. Thanks to the bank's help and some paperwork, we were able to access the funds. The money paid for Saima's advanced treatment in a better hospital. Against all odds, her condition started improving. The doctors called it a miracle. With the remaining money, we bought a small piece of land and started a modest business. Ayesha left her old habits behind. She now helps me run the business and visits her mother every single day with fresh flowers. The money brought relief, but it also brought new problems. Relatives who had never visited during Saima's illness suddenly appeared at our doorstep with sweet smiles and long lists of needs. My brother called first. "Bye, we are family. Ayesha made a mistake, but now Allah has blessed you. Can't help with my son's wedding?" Others followed. Some even whispered that Saima had hidden the money from everyone on purpose. Ayesha heard these comments and felt deep shame again. One night she told me, "Baba, maybe I really destroyed everything. Look how people are fighting now because of that passbook." I held her hand. "Beta, money reveals true faces. The passbook didn't create greed. It only showed who was greedy all along." We learned to say no, politely but firmly. This was the first real test of our new life. Ayesha changed completely. She left her fancy city friends and started waking up early to help in the house. She personally took care of her mother's medicines and even learned to cook Saima's favorite dishes. One evening, she brought an old, torn diary she had found while cleaning. It belonged to Saima's father. Inside were beautiful notes about honesty, hard work, and never judging by appearances. Ayesha read them aloud with tears in her eyes. I was blind, Baba. I thought money and modern things were everything, but Ami's passbook taught me the real value of things. She started a small YouTube channel of her own, sharing simple life lessons in easy words so other young people wouldn't make the same mistake. Her first video was titled, I Threw Away My Mother's Future. It went viral in our community. The same daughter who once called everything trash was now teaching others not to. Month by month, Saima grew stronger. The new treatment worked wonders. One beautiful morning, she walked slowly in our courtyard holding my hand. The same woman doctors said would never leave the bed was now smiling under the sun. She gathered the whole family and said softly, this second life is not just mine. It belongs to all of us. The real miracle wasn't the money. It was Ayesha's change of heart and our family coming closer. Saima started teaching neighborhood children every evening. She told them stories about old values and hidden blessings. Children loved her gentle voice and wise eyes. Our house, which once felt empty and sad, was now filled with laughter and hope again. With the remaining money, we started a small dairy farm and organic vegetable business. Ayesha handled marketing while I managed the work. At first, it was difficult. There were losses, tough days. But we worked together as a real family. One day a big contract came from a city supermarket. They loved our pure products and honest dealings. Slowly, the business grew. We hired local workers and helped several poor families in our area. Ayesha often said, Baba, that passbook didn't just give us money, it gave us purpose. The same girl who threw it away was now the one working hardest to make the business successful. Watching her made my heart full of pride. Today, our family stands stronger than ever. Saima is healthy, Ayesha is married happily with better understanding, and our business is growing. But we never forget that dusty old passbook. We framed its photocopy and hung it in our living room as a reminder. Whenever any problem comes, we look at it and remember. Never throw away anything, or anyone, thinking it has no value. Life has a strange way of teaching us. Sometimes the biggest blessings come hidden in the things we almost lose forever. If you have elderly parents, old things in your house, or strained relationships, please think again. Pick up the phone, say sorry, or check that old box in the corner. Your own miracle might be waiting there. Even after success, life tested us again. 2 years later, heavy monsoon floods destroyed part of our dairy farm. Many animals fell sick and we faced big losses. Aisha's husband suggested selling everything and moving to the city for an easy job. For a moment, old fears returned. Aisha looked at me worriedly. Baba, did we make a mistake by staying attached to these old things? I reminded her of the passbook. Beta, storms come and go. We survived bigger storms when we had nothing. Now we have each other and experience. We worked day and night. The whole family, including Saima, helped in whatever way they could. Neighbors we had helped earlier also came forward. Together we rebuilt everything stronger than before. This flood taught us that true wealth is never just money. It is the relationships we build along the way. Aisha's YouTube channel grew rapidly. She started sharing simple emotional stories in easy English and Urdu mix so more people could understand. Her videos about respecting parents, value of old things, and family unity touched thousands of hearts. One day she received a message from a girl in Lahore. Baji, I was going to throw